we were raised with this idea that if you really want something, you have to hustle hard for it. You have to get up earlier and train harder and push, keep pushing harder, keep trying. And if it didn't work out, then it was entirely your fault. It was because you didn't try hard enough. You didn't believe hard enough. Your mind was not larger than the matter. Your faith was too much smaller than the mountain was, yeah? But I know you know that's not entirely the case. That cannot be entirely true, if even at all. What if pushing so hard is exactly what's getting in the way of you achieving and attracting whatever it is that you want? And what if good things actually happen when you stop pushing so much? There's a difference between being committed and being desperate. And that line gets blurry when we want something badly, okay? When you over effort, you start grasping, you micromanage, you get a little rigid there. You check your phone every 10 minutes, you replay every conversation in your head. You stay up late searching for signs. And I know it's exhausting, I've been there. And energetically, it starts to communicate lack. Neville Goddard said that you have to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, not the feeling of trying so hard to make it happen. Those are two completely different states. Having something versus trying to have something. It's not the same frequency, my love. Trying too hard often means you're acting from the belief that you don't have it. And that belief is what keeps it at bay. Taoist philosophy, which I love so much, I love exploring that. They have this concept in it called wu-wei. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And it means effortless action, going with the flow, responding to life instead of forcing it. Hear me when I say this real quick. It's so funny. I like the paradox of it. Effortless action. Effortless action. Almost sounds like inspired action. Wu Wei, it does not mean doing nothing. Wu Wei means doing the right thing at the right time without stress, without worry, without wondering if you're doing enough. If I do this, will he text me back? If I do this, will I get the job? If I do this, will I finally get the body that I wanted? That's not Wu Wei. When you're in the state of Wu Wei, which again is effortless action, just doing whatever feels right, believing whatever feels right, without stress, things actually unfold naturally for you, and oftentimes, at least in my own experience, a lot quicker. Opportunities seem to land in your lap. People call you out of the blue. Solutions pop into your head while you're washing the dishes. That's Wu Wei. Or in other words, in our words, that's manifestation. Alan Watts described it like this. Okay, when you try to stay on the surface of the water, you sink. But when you try to sink, you float. Now, my lineage is half Guyanese, and there's this little joke that we have running around our family specifically. There are people, specifically older members in the family, who wish for death. That sounds very morbid, but it's true. Funnily enough, they are the ones who will never die. I think that's absolutely hilarious. It reminds me of a Bible verse. I forget which one it is, but if you know it, comment down below. The story of Job. For the thing I fear comes upon me. Yeah. This is about non-resistance, letting go of the outcome and trusting the process. You can let go of the outcome. You can trust the process because you're living in a state of the wish fulfilled. You know it's already done. It's already yours. You've got that sweet, quiet confidence. You attract more when you stop reaching. We think we need to prove ourselves to earn good things, but most of the time, the proof people respond to isn't your struggle. People respond to your calm. Have you not noticed within your own life that when you stop chasing something or you stop chasing someone, that's when they start popping up into your world? That's when the very thing that you wanted just suddenly happens. Pay attention to those experiences, hun. That's how you get what you want. When you stop refreshing your inbox, then you get the email. When you stop stressing over the date, then that's when they finally text. You stopped checking the mirror and somehow you look better now. Carl Jung said that what you resist persists, what you accept transforms. Okay? When you stop resisting the present moment, you become available to more. You become open and grounded. You become magnetic. You become attractive. You start attracting good things into your life. Let's talk about surrender for a second. Now, some people hear the word surrender and they think it means apathy. Surrender is not giving up. It's just letting go of control, not care. Because you surrender doesn't mean you stop caring. Of course you care. You've just given up that illusion of control, that illusion of being able to micromanage everything. Does that make sense? It's not apathy. When you surrender, you still show up. You still do your part. You still want the thing, but you trust that obsessing over it is actually not going to bring it any faster. When in your past experience has obsessing over it to the point of oblivion, to the point where it feels like you're just being desperate and clingy, when has that ever brought it to you any faster? It's just an honest question. When you surrender, you understand that you don't need to stalk your goals to have them arrive. Essentially, that's what I'm trying to say here. Letting go gives life room to surprise you, gives the universe room, God, whatever it is you believe in, the room to surprise you, to actually get in there and help you get what it is that you wanted. You've got to make space for that higher being that you believe in, hun. That's manifestation too. Trying to control every detail actually blocks the weird, beautiful, and mysterious ways that often lead to the exact thing that you wanted. Were you trying to let the universe do its part in helping you manifest or not? That's the serious question here that maybe every one of us should answer for ourselves. Because if you are hell-bent on constantly being in control of every detail, then you're not leaving any space for anything higher to pitch in and actually help you with its divine intelligence. That's just common sense. You've got to give it space to respond. Now let's talk about how to actually live this way. How to actually live in this way where good things come to you naturally. The first way that I have found to be incredibly helpful for me is that you want to take breaks before you're burnt out. This is a lesson that I'm actually learning right now. That explains my little month-long hiatus. This was a lesson that I had to learn the hard way. You want to take breaks before you're burnt out. And what that means is you just don't want to wait until you crash. You want to pause when you're tired, not when you feel like you're collapsing. It seems irrelevant, but try it and then trust the results that you get from that. I can vouch for that. It's totally true. Just a little simple thing, just taking breaks, pausing throughout your day. If you can't take a month-long hiatus like I can on YouTube specifically, then just take some breaks and pauses throughout your day. It really is not that hard, even a minute counts. Number 2 is you want to focus on your inputs. You can control how you show up, but you cannot control how quickly results arrive. And you know why? Because there is that law of gestation that so many of us want to forget about. And that is a universal law. You can't get around that. Things take time to appear. It could take an hour. It could take a night. It could take longer than that. The point is that's not yours to control. You control how you show up. You control what state of being you're in, but you cannot control when exactly the universe decides to give that thing to you. Not precisely, at least, and that is okay. If you allow that to be okay, then you're not going to muck up the frequency with your fears and worries about time delays and why isn't it happening yet? Because when you do that, you are slipping back into a frequency of lack. So accept this law of gestation that I've spoken about before, and just let things come to you naturally as they will, while you are occupying the state of the wish fulfilled. Number 3 is let desire be an invitation, not a deadline. What that means is you do not need to fix your whole life by next Friday. You can slow down. And again, this comes down to both points 1 and 2. Pause, take a break, slow down. Be graceful, for God's sake, and let things take the time that they're going to take. It's okay. You know why it's okay? Because again, you are occupying the state of the wish fulfilled, so you're good. You've got that confidence. You want to check your intention. Now, this is a really important one. Are you doing this out of joy or out of fear that it won't happen unless you force it? And this refers specifically to certain actions that you're taking. Are you texting this person or going out on a date with this specific person or doing whatever it is that you're doing at your job or for your body because you fear if you don't do it, nothing good is going to come about from this situation? You're not going to be able to attract whatever it is that you want. If that's the case, then, I mean, it's obvious. You're doing this thing, you're taking this action out of fear, and nothing good ever comes about from an action taken out of fear. You want to try to stay in a state of joy, and if you can't get to joy, then at least contentment, satisfaction, pleasure. Feel good. Celebrate neutral days. Seems innocuous, but not every day needs to be a breakthrough. You know, some days are just peaceful, and that is okay. Some days are peaceful, and that is okay. Not every day is a stellar day. Not every day are you going to notice that you've manifested something miraculous and amazing. It's okay. There are seasons for everything. Calm down, essentially. It's all good. You're doing fine, kid. In closing, let it be easy. Let it be easy. This is something that I only ever learned from the ancient teachers of the law of attraction and the law of assumption and the spiritual laws of the universe. Only the ancients ever taught me this, and it was that trying harder does not mean you're going to get better and bigger results. Sometimes, most times, actually just the opposite. Trying harder sometimes, most times, just brings more anxiety. You're allowed to want things, big things, beautiful things, but you're also allowed to take your hands off the steering wheel for a second. You can trust the process and let the timing surprise you. You can let things be easier than even you expected. Good things really do happen when you stop trying to force them. And this is not because you gave up. It's simply because you got aligned, and that's where the magic sneaks in. When you least expect it, when you finally just let go and just breathe and just occupy those good feeling states. In everybody's experience, not even just my own, that's when good things start happening for you naturally without you having to try as hard as you have been. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video. I truly do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I trust you'll give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this one. So, how did you like today's video, and what video would you like to see next? You let me know in the comment section down below. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Toodles.